I've been really struggling with something, and I shouldn't say struggling with something. I've been struggling with something really since 8/28, when we all stood together restoring honor, and I felt a prompting. You're standing in the wrong place, and that led to our move away from Fox. But there was something else that I have not spoken, and nor will I. Because it is personally one of the more frightening things that I have ever felt, and it is one of the strongest and most long-running personal promptings of mine. And it is something I have avoided at every turn. And just about, I don't even know, the last 2 months, I've been arguing with God, because I kind of have that kind of relationship with him, that it's not even possible. It's not possible. It won't happen. And on Saturday, I woke up and I feel that, yes, my son, it is happening. And I know what I have to do, and I know where I stand. This morning I got up and I saw some more news and more news reports and more people in America that are standing up now and crying for revolution, insurrection, arm yourself, and a call to arms. I will tell you that I believe in the Second Amendment, and I will defend myself. I believe in the rights that we have. But I will tell you that I believe more than in my rights. I believe in the responsibilities that we have to God. And God does not call anyone to anger. God does not call anyone to vengeance. Ever, 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 ever. And until I hear God say to me, you make your own choice. This is me. Yes. Pack it up. Let's go. Let's start guns a-blazing. I don't think he'll ever say that to me. But to each his own. There are a lot of people that, and there are the vast, vast minority of this audience, but it is always the vocal section of the audience that gets the attention. And right now, if you go to my Facebook page, you will see these people everywhere. And they are the people that are full of anger and rage. And I believe, justifiably so, I believe many of the same things that they do about what's happening to our country. I just don't agree with their direction. And the common theme seems to be, I'm shocked at GlennBeck. I always knew he was a fraud, blah, blah, blah. Well, no, then you aren't really a fan. You tear off your mask by saying that, because I have talked about Gandhi, Martin Luther King, and prayer and peace since I was at CNN. That is who I am at the core. And if you think that I am something else, then I don't know how you missed it. But I want to remind you what it felt like when we went to Washington together, when we went to Restoring Honor. Do you remember that feeling? The reason why that feeling was there was because there was no bitterness, there was no anger, and there was no guile. A lot of people got off the plane, the bus, the train, and they might have had that. But it is why I said do not bring any signs. It is why, and most people won't remember this, it is why we played hymns. We played hymns 2 hours before that event started on that mall. And I did it intentionally. I hand-selected every song that was played. And most people won't even remember it. But we played hymns. And the reason why I did is because we had to invite the spirit of peace. And that's why you felt what you felt when we went to Washington. I'm going to read something that I wrote before we went to Israel. And I want you to listen carefully to it, because I am planting my flag here. And I want you to decide today. And if you are somebody that says, I'm for violence, I am angry, and I'm not going to take it anymore, and I'm going to act on that anger, then I want you to go to my Facebook page, and I want you to unfriend me. I want you to go to my newsletter page, and I want you to unsubscribe. I want you to go to the Blaze TV, and I want you to cancel your subscription today. I don't want you to to inflict this message of love. I don't want to inflict this on anyone. But I want you to make a clear choice today. I said once that there are more of us than them, that we surround them, that we had to stand for principles. We had to stand for virtues. Anger is not a virtue. Rage is not a virtue. Not any of the virtues that I want. Vengeance. As the Declaration of Independence clearly states, when in the course of human events it becomes necessary for a people to band together and collectively declare their rights and responsibilities to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle them and bind them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should disclose the causes which impel them to such. Therefore, let us declare that we still hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But let us also declare today that those rights come with profound and difficult responsibilities. In order to continually experience life, liberty, and happiness as promised, nature's God demands obedience to His law to protect those rights. This is where we have fallen short, and therefore, in order to not lose the blessings of freedom, the people of the world must turn from the sole focus on rights and recognize the inherent and required responsibilities that we do have. And those responsibilities are not to replenish the tree of liberty with patriots' blood. It is to increase our spirit. You run to your God before you run to your gun. Among the responsibilities to which we must adhere to maintain our God-given rights are honor, courage, and vigilance. Over time, we believe these basic human responsibilities have been trampled and replaced with degradation, fear, and apathy. But when a long train of abuses of the people and conscience by the media and other segments of society, pursuing the same path of reducing them to ridicule, scorn, and even subhuman status, it is their right, it is their duty to peacefully but vehemently take a stand. Men want to be king. And the more we concentrate on our rights and the more we are told not to worry about our responsibilities, the more we lose our rights to a king. Just as physics show, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. The time has come to declare that at least for the Western world, human rights are generally accepted and moving in the right direction. However, a new movement is required, a movement of human responsibility. The media, politicians, and large institutions, both academic and political, have been lying to us. We must demand the truth be told. With that demand comes the responsibility that we tell the truth ourselves first, and we tell the truth to ourselves. Too many of us delegate our responsibilities to the media. Too many believe there is no personal responsibility at all. Political correctness has polluted our language and clouds our every discussion. What once was accepted as good and right is now considered bad and evil. And that which is bad and evil is now presented to the world as good and decent. And this will not stand. Opposing thoughts or opinions are referred to as crazy, insane, non-factual, utterly without merit. Furthermore, we are told that they should not even be heard. But now is the time to come and take a stand by exhibiting the traits of honor, courage, and vigilance. What is honor? It is being honest in all of our dealings. It is showing loyalty and fairness and being a beacon of integrity in all of our beliefs and actions. It is showing respect for others. Ruth honored Naomi when she told her she was not going to leave her, that wherever Naomi went, she would live. And where Naomi lived and died is where Naomi died. Her God would be Naomi's God. Courage is the ability to face danger, criticism, and or scorn, not without fear, but overcoming fear to deal with that which comes our way. When no one else in the kingdom wanted to face the mighty giant Goliath, young David was willing to. David must have felt fear at the sight of his foe, but he overcame it. He vanquished the enemy because he knew with God all things were possible. It wasn't David or the stone that defeated Goliath, nor will it be again. It is God and those of us acting as David, a peaceful boy without fear. Vigilance is being watchful for all forms of treachery and tyranny, lies and deceit. The person in the watchtower, waiting all night, suddenly sounding the alarm that the enemy is coming. The careful observer of the markets and the economies, who proclaims to the world, all is not well, when there is trouble ahead. The outspoken critic of the powerful, going against society's grain, warning that all is not well, all is not what we're being told. These are the vigilant. We implore all people on earth to stand with these characteristics: honor, courage, and vigilance. To that end, we must restore honor in our own lives, seek after the truth, declare it now, that we will simply accept what we are being told by the media or anyone, that we will each do our own homework and implore the mighty God of heavens, the architect of the universe, to give us light, knowledge, and wisdom. The media has a responsibility to tell the truth, and we have a responsibility to learn it and discern for ourselves. Stand with courage, even if it means the end of our jobs, the end of our positions in life, or even the end of our very lives. We have the courage to be peaceful. Do we still? It is not a coward. It is not a coward that is peaceful. We must have the courage to be peaceful, while recognizing the courage to defend and respond to threats and or attacks when necessary. Turn the other cheek. We must be vigilant. We must think the unthinkable. The Holocaust occurred because no one could imagine it, but evil never sleeps, and neither must we. As Edmund Burke said, all that is necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. We must do something, but that's not the answer. We must do something. What must we do? We must practice love. Thus, we hereby declare not only our rights, but now establish this bill of responsibilities. Because I have the right to choose, I recognize I am accountable to God, and I have the responsibility to keep the 10 Commandments in my own life. Because I have the right to worship as I choose, I have the responsibility to honor the rights of others to worship as they see fit. Because I have the freedom of speech, I have the responsibility to defend the speech of others even when I strongly disagree with what they're saying. Because I have the right to pursue happiness, I have the responsibility to show humility and express gratitude for all of the blessings that I enjoy and the rights that I have been given. Because I have the right to honest and good government, I will seek out honest and just representatives, and I will vote for as long as possible. I cannot find that one person that might change the world if I shirk my responsibility. Because I have a God-given right to liberty, I have the personal responsibility to have the courage to defend others to be secure in their persons, their lives, and their property. Because I have the right to equal justice, I will stand for those who are wrongly accused or unjustly blamed. Because I have the right to knowledge, I will be accountable for myself and my children's education, to live our lives in such a way that ensures the continuation of truth and faith. Because I have a right to pursue my dreams and keep the fruits of my labors, I have the responsibility to feed, protect, and shelter my family, the less fortunate, the fatherless, the old, and infirm. Because I have a right to truth, I will not bear false witness, nor will I stand idly by while others bear false witness. Unconditionally, while maintaining my responsibility to compassionately yet fiercely stand against those things that decay the natural rights of men, and for the support of this declaration, and with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence. May we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. I wrote that before we went to Israel. I didn't know why I went to Israel. I still don't know. I just know that I listened and obeyed. I do believe we are entering dangerous times. They are the times that have been foretold. They are the times that I have, on a different scale, seen coming as well. I believe what has been set in motion now is new and different and will tear us apart. As I was getting ready for work today, I made my choice again, and I am happy and proud to say it wasn't even a choice. It may be very unpopular, and in the end I may be alone. And that is absolutely fine with me. I am willing to lose everything I have. I am willing to lose my voice. I am willing to lose my life. I am not willing to lose my soul. And I am not willing to lose my relationship with God. And He is very clear. Love. Love one another. We will post this message on Facebook. If you feel the same way I do, I ask you to spread this message. I ask you to pray for our country. I ask you to pray for our neighbors, our fellow human beings. I ask you to please, please humble yourself and know what it is you believe and know which path you choose, one of violence or one of peace with God. I have made my choice. If you see this message on Facebook, on my Facebook page, and you like it, spread it to a friend. Give it to a friend. Challenge them to do the same. If you disagree with what I've just said, please unlike me. Please. We are just under 3 million friends, or whatever they're called on Facebook. Unlike me. I do not need you nor ask for your support. I ask for you to decide who you are and choose your path. As for me and my family, we choose to be peaceful and we choose to follow God. Away from Fox. But there was something else that I have not spoken, and nor will I, because it